I'm dying to open this. So I just want to taste to see what it's like.
This is going to be a feast tonight.
I love our date nights, I really do.
My little Christmas trees are done.
I just couldn't wait, it just looks so good.
I think we might be pretty much done.
Cheers to date nights.
Hi there and welcome back to a new video. We're going to share one of our favourite things with you tonight. We are going to share one of our date nights. We thought that would be really nice to do. As you know, if you've been following us along for a while, one of our most favourite things to do is to have a charcuterie board. So we thought today we would discuss charcuterie boards, different ideas, and just share one of our cosy date nights. We've always made an effort to have date nights. I think they're really important. Even when the kids were like really small and you can't always get a babysitter, the kids always knew that like every couple of weeks it was our date night, and that meant that they would go to bed on time and we would always make an effort to sit down, have a TV-free evening, have nice food, have a drink and just enjoy each other's company. And we've continued that on. And funnily enough, it's something that our kids do now. They're older. They've always had date nights with their partners. I think it's really important. Now, Ada and I are food lovers. We do love our food. So food always plays a really big role in that. So today we're going to do a charcuterie board with you. And I thought it'd be really fun just to share a few of our favorite things that we really enjoy on one of our charcuterie evenings. I really hope that you'll enjoy hanging out with us this evening as we prepare our food. Aid's going to be on drinks. You know he loves a drink, Aid.
Oh, thanks.
Right, Aid's on drink duty. Are you doing passion fruit?
Pornstar martinis.
Okay, we've got some passion fruits that need using up. I'm going to do some food. It is a little bit Christmassy themed, this one, but obviously you can have these into the new year and have it as like a monthly thing or even a weekly thing in your house, and then you can just like vary them up. I'm going to start with an artichoke dip, and we'll talk about some other bits and pieces that we love including. I really hope that you'll enjoy this video as well. Let us know if you are also into charcuterie boards. It's something whenever we go out actually we tend to pick, don't we?
Yes, yeah, and we've also had inspiration from some, haven't we? Because there's things that we now include on our charcuterie boards that we wouldn't before.
That's a good point.
So I think we're going to add some of those tonight, because there was one we had once and we had honey. And honey and cheese is such a nice mix, isn't it?
Yeah, I agree
and
with
I
you.
just remembered it from the other day actually.
Yeah, we haven't
and I thought we haven't had that for absolutely ages. We've never done it actually at home, have we?
And I think that's the nice thing actually, because we have them regular, we vary them and we change them up a little bit, don't we?
And you could also make them as big as small as you like.
That's very true. So if you've got like lots of people coming, or it's just the two of you, or I've even done charcuterie for one.
Oh,
Little plate on my own.
was I?
I don't know. I think it's when you're at work. I sometimes have
thanks.
little ones at lunchtime. It's my favourite thing in the world. I love them. Right, I'm going to get on with the artichoke dip.
I was going to ask you actually,
Yeah.
with charcuterie boards, are you a fan of crackers or bread?
Bread.
Bread? Whereas me, I'm more of a crackers person, I think.
I like to dip. That's something else we're going to be talking today.
Actually, yeah, you've got a point there actually.
Dips.
Yeah.
And we're definite grazers, aren't we? We prefer all the picky bits over the large meals. So these are the ingredients for the artichoke dip. We have got a tin of artichokes, onion, garlic, soft cheese, cheddar, white wine, and some rather lovely olive oil. This olive oil was kindly sent to us. It's Ancient Roots Volcanic Extra Virgin Olive Oil. It's a very special olive oil. I'll tell you more about it in a moment. I'm dying to try it. It looks beautiful. It's been sat on the work surface for the last few days. I think it's going to live there. It's far too pretty to put away. We bought some really nice sourdough yesterday. I know I make sourdough, but if I see it, I still get tempted. We bought some olive sourdough in our farm shop. So should we try the olive oil?
Yeah,
I'm dying to open this.
And not only does the packaging look really lovely, it looks so nice sat on the side of my work surface, but the Aeons Ancient Roots olive oil is so good for you. It's packed with antioxidants, minerals, omega-3 fatty acids, and it's actually made from Tuscan olives, which are grown in volcanic soils. And there's 0 pesticides or preservatives added as well.
That sounds really nice.
This one nice.
Yeah.
Ooh, like a slow pour, isn't it?
Ooh. Food and the ingredients always play a big role in our lives. I was brought up on homemade food, and I've done exactly the same for our kids. I've been cooking from scratch now for nearly 30 years. Oh my goodness. And yes, I do usually make my own sourdough, but we've been away, and so I didn't get a chance to prep it last night. And we were in a really lovely farm shop, and the sourdoughs, they get me every single time. I'm always drawn in. For most people, it's chocolate. For me, it's the bread and cheese.
I'm going to be really honest with you now. Olive oil isn't an oil that we would generally choose to dip with bread. We generally choose some of the nuttier oils. Do you agree?
Yeah, I mean, we have it when we go out, because
Yeah, we
generally
do. Yeah,
olive
that's
oil is
true.
the one that you generally get when you go out, so it's not that we don't.
But I've never found one that I've loved just to dip, whereas other oils, the nuttier ones, we really, really love. But to be honest with you, I've never bought a beautiful quality oil like this. So
You want it on display.
Exactly. So I'm intrigued to see what the difference is. So we've got a little pot of oil, got some of the
Piece of
lovely bread
Oh,
here.
thank you.
Have one without the olive to start with, so just have the plain bread. Go on then.
You go for it.
Just let it soak it up a little bit.
It's normally, also on their own, normally be a vinegar as well, but oil on its own, if it's good, it can taste.
Exactly. So I'm
Really
I just want to taste to see what it's like. It's really light.
It's one thing I noticed, it doesn't feel, I think definitely with some that we would maybe have had ourselves, it can be quite, when I say oily, is that the right thing to say? Whereas this doesn't have that kind
It
of...
feels light.
I sometimes feel that I could actually dip this on its own and enjoy it.
We're not experts in olive oil at all.
No.
But I really like this. That's really nice.
I think we normally would be tempted. We would always have maybe balsamic vinegar with it, which is very not unusual. But I think we have the vinegar to kind of like balance with the oil. But this,
Yeah.
I could actually just dip this on its own. Do you get a taste of the?
I think it's olives.
Probably is.
Yeah.
It is actually, yeah.
It's really interesting though. I've been reading up about it. And like, cause I've had information sent through, and I think you get the information through when you buy the olive oil.
Okay.
It's so, I knew it was good for you, but I didn't know why it was good for you. And it's really high in antioxidants.
The other thing was as well.
Did you know that?
I was reading up about olive oil as well.
Right.
And because didn't we look at this when we had it, and we were talking to a friend, weren't we? Because it says on there about shot glasses,
People drink it.
and people actually drink like a shot a day.
I know.
And I was reading about it, and there was something online, and someone had done it for 30 days, and how their skin,
That's what
their
I was
hair.
that's what I was just reading up. Yeah, it makes your skin softer. It makes your hair better.
I'd like to try that.
But apparently as well, but the difference is though, it's whether it's not just like buying the cheapest off the shelf, which is what we've been cooking with. It's the high quality ones that you want. British Heart Foundation as well recommend that you do it. It's supposed to be really, really good for your heart as well. So yeah, I couldn't imagine drinking it though, could you?
Try it.
Oh, you're welcome to if you want to.
I'll put it in a glass.
And also Harvard, Aid's just got his shot glass out. Harvard did a study on it as well, and apparently the studies found by consistently drinking a high quality olive oil, it was shown that the people that did it aged better as well.
You also wonder though, because obviously olive oil is generally known as being Italian, isn't it?
Yeah.
You think of the Italian diet.
Yeah, that's
They
true.
always talk about things like, I know pasta is very carby, but you think of the tomatoes, that was always another thing, isn't it? Like you think of Italian
high in
pasta.
antioxidants as well.
But the decent tomatoes,
So
again,
good.
comes down to the quality ingredients, doesn't it? So, right, that's only a tiny bit.
You really can taste the olives.
That's actually okay.
Is it?
It's a bit of a, not say a spice, but there's a bit
Really, a bit of warmth.
yeah,
I wonder
really
what happens.
nice.
Probably because it's come from volcanic soils that are over 300,000 years old.
Wow.
So there's your spice from the volcanoes. I'm really impressed with that. Anyway, I want to get on with this artichoke.
Makes my skin look
dip.
better.
It looks amazing already. I am so looking, but we haven't had the artichoke. Did I call it volcanic dip? Artichoke dip.
You said, you did say artichoke,
Okay,
yeah.
we haven't had artichoke dip for ages, so I'm dying to try this. And we're going to cook with this now as well.
So I've started off with the Aeons extra virgin olive oil in the pan, and then I'm adding some chopped onions, and I've got garlic in there as well. Just going to heat that through. Now this dip actually has a real special meaning to us. It was, we first had this dip in a very, very special hotel in Santa Monica. It was the first time that we'd actually been away properly on our own together. And it was just so beautiful, and funnily enough, everything in this hotel, it was a boutique B&B right on the coast in Santa Monica, and everything was homemade. Their office doubled up as the kitchen, and they made everything from scratch, and there was fresh cookies, there was fresh bread and cakes, and they had cheese and wine in the evenings, and it was just another level. The cheese and wine, it was crackers, it was homemade dips, it was everything there, and everything was homemade by them. And they had the most amazing artichoke dip. We'd never had it before, and every time we have it now, it just feels like a real special memory, a real special date night. So we love our artichoke dip. So we buy the tinned artichokes from supermarkets, they're easily bought. And then to that we add soft cheese and then some wine, give it a mix. And then when it's all sort of cooked down nicely and bubbling away, that's when we add the cheese. Now I choose to use just grated cheddar, but you could add something like a Comté or something like that if you wanted to. But for me, vintage cheddar just works really, really well. And then we mix it all together. You can see, you can just smell it almost, can't you? Add some seasoning. I love seeing that bubble away. That looks so delicious. I'm just going to add some seasoning and then pop that to one side. The next thing we're going to do is make some really, really cute little Christmas tree swirls. I'm so excited about this. I've got some puff pastry and I've got some pesto. I did think about making my own pesto for this using the olive oil, but in all honesty, I've run out of time. It's been such a busy time of year, as I'm sure you all appreciate. But sometimes you just need a quick cheat, don't you? So I'm just spreading the pesto. If you don't like pesto, you could use chutney as well. Anything like this. Or you could use the red pesto. This smells so delicious. We just love a picky tea like this. And I thought the green pesto would be really good with it being Christmas. So let's do that. I've just used shop bought pastry, puff pastry. There we go. And then I've grated some vintage cheddar cheese. I'm going to sprinkle that over the top. I've never actually made my own pesto before. Let me know if you have. It looks really straightforward to do, but it's one of those things. I make a lot from scratch, but I just haven't got around to it, ever doing it. I did nearly make hummus tonight as well. I also love hummus, and it's so easy to make, and it's great to have one of those things in the fridge, isn't it? I love a bit of hummus, like to dip with carrots and things like that. But I decided to go with the artichoke dip instead. So I'm now just gonna fold the pastry over like that. I have got a bit of excess here. And we need to cut it into strips.
Look about an inch wide, is that right?
Supposed to be about 1.5 centimeters.
Okay.
It's a little bit wider than that though, isn't it? Okay, and then Aid's gonna do this. We haven't tried this before, this is our first time. Then you fold them over like this. I like seeing the green like that. We did roll them just to flatten them a little bit, didn't we? Now, just going to brush them with a little bit of milk. You could use egg as well. Right, so you're going to make our porn star martinis.
Yeah.
So is that vanilla vodka you're using?
Yes.
Yes.
That's used for, yeah, it's in porn star martinis.
Is it?
Yeah, it is vanilla vodka.
Mm.
Yeah.
And is this the passion fruit liqueur?
Passion fruit liqueur.
And this is what we've changed since we last did it. We're using a thicker passion fruit.
Like puree.
Yeah, it's quite thick, isn't it?
It's actually is what you'll see most bars will have these kind of bottles.
I think date nights are so important. I really do. I saw on a vlog once. There was I used to watch this lady, and she once said, And I found it a bit strange at the time, but you should always put your spouse before your kids. And I know probably loads of people would disagree with that. Let me know if you do. But at the end of the day, your spouse is the one that you end up with when the kids leave home. So our kids have left home now. We still love hanging out together. I'd say actually our relationships got better and better. Wouldn't you? So yeah, and I wonder if it's just the fact that we're so connected because we've always done date nights. We've always done nice things. We enjoy making food together. We enjoy making drinks together. We just enjoy hanging out together, don't we?
Yeah.
So I think it's really important. I think it's really important to prioritise your date nights and do nice things together and stay connected as a couple.
You've got your homemade sugar syrup.
Yep.
I can't believe that's just water and sugar. It really is like a proper syrup, isn't it?
It's like 300 grams of, I mean, you can make as much or as little as you like, but 300 grams of sugar, and I think it was 300 ml of water or something like that, but it is literally, yeah, liquid sugar.
Next up, the lime. So it is a healthy drink, isn't it? Passion fruit and lime.
Got some of your 5 a day.
Yeah. Got a few antioxidants in there.
So just cut that way. This is my favourite bit.
This is your favourite bit, you said?
Yeah.
These juices are so good, aren't they?
It smells so nice as well.
It really does.
Oh, I'm going to get the passion fruit out in a minute.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah. It's amazing with that how much juice.
There's a lot of juice in that, isn't it?
Now I'm going to have fun with my board. I love laying these out. So I've got the olive bread. I've just added some vinegar as well. We've got the olive oil. And I'm just going to do some other little bits and pieces.
Yeah, apart from trying to get this out of it.
Oh yeah, it always sticks afterwards, doesn't it?
So I really want to give it a good shake, and obviously, but it gets tighter and tighter.
Does anybody else do charcuterie boards at home and cocktails as well? I want to know what cocktails you make from home. And if you do charcuterie boards too, sharing boards, what do you tend to put on them? Maybe make some suggestions that we haven't done.
Oh, and we've been drinking baby shams as well.
So strainer.
Okay.
Obviously, you can also put the pulp of passion fruit in as well.
I like the pulp,
this
actually. Oh, that's such a pretty colour. I love that. Oh, we've got homemade sausage rolls as well, actually. I forgot about those. This is going to be a feast tonight. That's beautiful. That is so pretty. I think you've perfected these now, haven't you? And the passion fruit.
See, healthy.
Beautiful. I really like the pips that are left inside.
Thank you. I'm just getting all the bits out, all the different cheeses. We've got Gouda, we've got, what's the blue cheese? Senegal that we're having. I've got, oh, this is one of my favourites. It's a double Gloucester and it's got onion and chives with it. It's really nice. Morrison's used to do a pickled onion cheese that I love, and I haven't seen that for ages. Something else I was going to touch on, actually, what my mum once said to me, and I'll always remember this. We were about to go away for the first time on our own without the kids. It was 2013, and I rang up my mum crying from the airport. Do you remember this?
Yes.
I felt so guilty about leaving the kids. They were a little bit older then, but my mum said go. She said because my mum and my dad, they split up when I was in my teens, and my mum said the biggest thing that she regrets, and she thinks the main reason they split up was because she put us kids first all the time. She never did anything with my dad on her own because she never wanted to leave us. They never did date nights, they never went away, they never did anything. Everything was about us kids, and they ended up just, what's the word I'm looking for? Drifting apart. And I wonder how common that is, actually. So in our case, my mum always, oh, that's the alarm for the oven. Alexa, stop. Yeah, in our case, my mum always putting the kids first definitely had a negative effect. So, and I've said that to our kids as well. My biggest tip for a healthy marriage is to marry your best friend. Marry the person you want to hang out with, have coffee with, have date nights with. And I think I might be having olive oil now because I want to have years and years and years more dates with you, babe.
Yeah, I like that idea as well.
I love our date nights, I really do. There's a Mexican style cheese on here as well. It's a nice spicy one. I like to try and layer it out. Oh, Aid, would you be able to get the grapes out the fridge as well, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. Little Christmas trees are done. You're supposed to cut a star for the top, like a star of cheese, but to be really honest, I can't be bothered. I think we might be pretty much done. The Christmas trees look so cool. And we've got the olive red, apples, grapes. We've got some, what nuts are these that you got?
The little chili and something.
Chili and something nuts.
Cashews.
Cashews. We've got the chili cheese. We've got Gouda, salami. We've got the honey. Remember to do that this time. We've got the olive oil. We've got balsamic vinegar. We've got the double Gloucester, the Senegal. Crackers as well, and I've just taken the dip out of the oven. How delicious does that look? I think we should try a bit. Right, I'm just going to give it a test. This is my homemade sourdough, but it's a little bit on the old side.
Really hot,
it's going to be really hot. I'm sorry, I just couldn't wait. It just looks so good.
It's really steamy.
I find as well, actually, the date night for me isn't just about
Eating.
It's about the preparing together as well.
The eating's probably the quickest part for you. Is it really hot?
Oh, so good. We've got so many nice cheeses in the fridge. We've got loads of little wax ones, but I think that's quite a lot tonight, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think this looks a nice amount. Oh, we're going to have our cocktails as well. Cheers to date nights.
Date nights.
That's so nice.
That's the nicest one I made, I think.
I really love our date nights. Don't you?
Should we go and eat?
Yeah, we haven't filmed a date night in absolutely ages. We used to go and film them 8 years ago, didn't we? And like we'd go around like Home Sense and
those
and
kind
things
of
like
ones.
that.
Yeah. Date nights and Home Sense, God.
That was when we had the kids at home though. I guess now, because we could go out anytime. That's so weird when you think about it. Years ago, when the kids were home, if we could, more when they got older.
I think the other thing was as well, our date nights were the kids, it was their first time of being like left alone. They're of an age where they could be left alone.
Teenagers, yeah.
But left alone for like
an hour, a couple of hours.
Like baby steps.
Yeah.
Not too far away, but
Yeah.
something that sort of like we could get back easily.
So we would just go for a wander around Home Base or grab a Costa, wouldn't we?
Home Base.
Home Sense. And there was a Costa nearby, so we'd stop at Costa.
Yeah.
It was open till 9, so it was never a late night. And now...
We know how to have fun.
But it's really weird that now that they've left home...
We probably stay in more.
We stay in more.
Although I would say since moving, we've actually been out more than we have ever done, but doing different things.
Like farm shops.
Whereas before, it used to be we might go out for coffee. That was probably
Yeah.
it, wasn't it? Whereas now, or maybe the pub.
Yeah, but we would never like go to the cinema generally, or
No.
we just like these kind of date nights. It's really cozy. Have we become old?
No, definitely not. Cheers.
Cheers. Happy Christmas.
Cheers. Happy Christmas.
We've got the homemade sausage rolls as well. There is so much food here. This is such a feast. I can't wait to tuck in.
Me too.
Should we go and find our movie as well?
Yeah.
Right. Our chosen movie is Carry On. We've been recommended. We've got all our food laid out. We've got the Christmas tree. This feels really cozy, doesn't it? What are you going for first?
I honestly don't know.
I'm going for bread and dip. I am dying though to dip back in that olive oil again, I have to say. And cheese and honey as well. We're going to try our Christmas trees here. They look so cool. Look at that. It's like a lollipop.
Cheers done by the stick.
I really like those.
They're like pesto cheese sticks, aren't they? Or cheese straws.
Or like a basil sausage roll type thing. It'd be a really good alternative to a veggie sausage roll.
Did you ever have, like cheese stick straws?
Yeah, I love those.
Did you have them made with Marmite? I think the pesto in these just adds that kind of extra little bit of flavour, doesn't it? That lovely pesto-y kind of sort of basil-y sort of ting to it, isn't it?
It'd be really good in packed lunches as well. I used to love doing the kids the cheese straws and the Marmite straws and that for packed lunches. They're really, really nice. I'd like to try those with the red basil, the red pesto too. The following day, and I want to finish up the video now, we had such a lovely date night. The movie was great, the food was delicious, and I also want to say a big thank you to Aeons for sending us this olive oil and inspiring the date night this week. It was so much fun. And like I said, it's not just the eating together or the watching the movie together, it's preparing the food and just doing that together as well, spending that time together. But let us know about your date nights. Do you do them frequently? Do you go out? Do you stay at home? And if you love a charcuterie, a grazing board too, please let us know what you enjoy on yours and give us some ideas to maybe try in the future too. I'll leave all the details below for the olive oil and you can have a good read up and see what it's all about. Thank you very much for being here with us. Have an amazing weekend and we'll see you next week in a new video. Take care. Lots of love. Bye.